Well, I come bearing nothing but horrible news today, and it's the news that you're not going to hear anywhere else. Why? Because the media is locked down. So just in case you want to know if your bank is going to go under, you're never going to find out because we are currently under digital lockdown. But basically, if you are banking at any of these 6 banks or any of these 10 banks, or basically any bank that is not under the, wait for it, World Economic Forum, breaking news, you could just kiss your bank goodbye. Yes, there is an agenda for you. There's for you, the control of you, what goes in you, what comes out of you. Not sure about the what comes out of you. So if you ever do want to know, just head on over to the partners and make sure that you are protected. Oh, hey, look. Tech and innovation as digital currencies become more popular. Could we be seeing the end of cash? Breaking news. It's already gone. And if you want to know how much gone, just Google how much money is in the US. We got about 50 billion of cash. That's it. And if you want to know how much cash is in the entire universe, it's actually, I know it says 2 trillion. It's less. It's about 1.5 trillion. You're off by about a half a trillion. I mean, cue the fire a second time. 50 billion is like what they're doing bailouts on the daily. And yes, it is coming from you. If you understand how money is created, you're going to create it one of 3 ways. Either you're going to mine it, that would be in the ground or digitally. 2, you can create bonds and then give it to the people. The people put it in their bank accounts and then they disperse of it. Or 3, it's just debt. You walk into a bank, I would like $1 trillion, please. Poof, there's $1 trillion. Make sure you pay it back in interest. Now, how are you going to pay this back? It would be in your taxes. Also, if you could just take a look, see if you've been unsubscribed. That's all I ask. I'm so shadow banned, I can't even breathe around here, but that's okay. If you're here, you now know what truth is. My apologies, because a lot of my news I get from news articles, right, that have already been changed, which I'm going to show you. But anyways, back to your partners. If you ever want to know who the partners are, oh, he's a pretty good partner of theirs. Anyways, we already did that one. Credit Suisse, we did that one. This was the story. U.S. stocks rise as central banks reassure nervous investors. That is not what the article said. That actually sounds really good. Hey, bravo, the market went up today. U.S. stocks rise. That's great. Central bankers reassure nervous investors. Guys, there's nothing to... You should be nervous. That article actually read Credit Suisse, emergency, sparks panic, and the stories about bank runs, all this. They already had their meetings. This was last week. And they said, make sure you go after anyone. Hey, Google. Hey, YouTube. Can you censor? Yep. We're being censored. And actually, I love the on Credit Suisse is a leading global wealth management with strong investment banking capabilities. Yeah, make sure you put all your money in there. But bravo, you don't understand. The Fed will save the day. They've protected. They're protecting my wealth. Well, they're also insolvent. Here, see that? Yep, goes back since the beginning of time. There is no one to save anyone except for maybe the spoken word. So yes, you have banks insolvent, Fed's insolvent, everyone's insolvent. And I'm actually shocked that I could even get articles like this coming in from CNN, the most trusted news in fake news. U.S. Bank, check this out, sitting on unreal losses of $620 billion. Now, here's the problem. Just don't click any buttons and that they're unrealized. The minute you say, hey, you know what? Can I have my sheet of paper, please, that sometimes has a president on it, and then I'm going to take that sheet of paper. You know, I'm going to go buy some money with it. Once that happens, which that just happened, it all goes. 620 billion of it, which the FDIC can... They have less, it's like 1%. There is no way that they're going to cover you. Also, and I'll get to your banks in just a second, but I'm just kind of give you an umbrella on this one. If you are banking at a bank, it is not secure. because money isn't secure, because it's not even money in the first place. It is just fugazi. It's just digits on a screen that get moved. And if you were smart enough in your smaller banks to move them to a bigger bank that would be under the sweet umbrella of World Economic Forum, you got saved. And you saw Silicon Bank went down like that. 24, 48 hours gone. On your screen, wire transfer, move. And I know some of my friends didn't move it fast enough, so your millions of dollars, poof, gone. But the government will go ahead and backstop the $250,000 that's insured. Okay, what about the rest of it? That is not. And that is why on this channel, I say you always have to be moving your money and maybe moving it into things that are real, like really have gold, really have silver, really have Bitcoin, really have sheep. I do know why you'd want sheep, but maybe go with a different farm animal that it could actually produce something. Maybe have property, maybe have land, maybe have people in your property that are renting. Unless you're in California, then they stop paying rent and you're stuck for about a decade. Well, that is until Newsom's out of office and then becomes the president, then you're stuck twice. But look at $620 billion. And how did this happen? That is because it is a debt-based system and it's about the bond market. And if you've subscribed to this channel, I try to teach you about the bond market. It's all about the bond market. And what did they do with your money when you said, hopefully you didn't take this stuff in, right? Real money. You're like, oh, okay, so I want to put all my money in the bank. And then they say, and it's gone. It's all gone. You're like, wait, I just handed it to you. Nope. That's gone too. Do you want to give us some more? What happens is you deposit your digits or you loan it to them and they pay you back with interest. And then they take that and then they go to the bond market and buy bonds. That's what they do. And all of them, and this is why the banks are failing, because every single dime that is in your account has been loaned out. You're like, wait, it's not in there? No, dummy, it's not. Subscribe to the channel. I've been explaining this for probably 5 years. Actually, a lot longer since I taught this in college and high school, but they loaned it out to buy bonds. Those bonds are all upside down right now. So that is where you get that unrealized losses of 620, well until the bond market decides to go the other way. So if Jerome, if you're listening here, you may want to reverse course or this whole thing goes. Also, if you want to take advantage of this market, that's the bond market right there. That is TLT, which put in a double bottom and then another bottom and then another lower bottom. Sorry, higher bottoms. We all want our bottoms lifted. And that is about this. I don't know even how, I'll use that hand. You're about that close from the 200-day moving average, which it just got rejected 3 times. And it looks something like this in a sweet little triangle. The white line is the 200. This is how, if you ever want to know what's happening in the world when it comes to money, just learn this stuff. Actually, this is a pretty sweet little swing trade up to through the move. I mean, it's not really. It's the bond market. It doesn't move like that. Rejection number 1, 2, and 3. 3 times. You got one more day. You better get your booty over that little white line. Otherwise, we're going to be testing the Bravo 9 and then my orange. Is that orange or yellow line? And also, if you would like to learn how to make money from this, start with my swing trade. Look, this is simple, okay? See, it swings up. Do you see? That's all markets do. They go up, they go down, they go up. This one, that's why I said it's not. Don't get your hopes up too high. On that swing from my swing trade, it's 7.79%. You would make that, and then you would be smart enough to go, oh, that's the 200. I'm going to exit and take my 7.79%. And just in case, if I did forget, did I say 70% off my basic swing trade? Yeah, wait, 70? Shoot. Courses went up, it was 60. But okay, since I screwed the pooch on this one, all my courses 70% off today. Apologies if you paid more. Also, if you want to call up your bank, I would grab it right about now. 3 years, 6 month, 1 year. That's your yield. I would say stick with the 6 month and you're making 4.71%. That's all you do. Just beat them to it because they're already loaning your money out. It's just a big arbitrage game. Just beat them to it. I would have said 1 year, but here's another problem. This is all inverted. The entire yield curve is screaming recession. You shouldn't be giving the bank your money for 3 years and getting 3.7, but for 6 months, I'll give you 4.7. Well, then, F the 30-year, give me it in 6 months. You see, the markets have predicted the future of your life. That would be a recession or a severe depression forever. But actually, any depression can be fixed. The World Atomic, although atomic does sound better, they are solving everything. Yeah, right over there. And also, before I forget, I know a lot of you guys like, oh, what's going on with Bitcoin? Oh my gosh, everyone's running for, right? That's what people are thinking. Like, since I can't trust the bank, I can't trust Bitcoin. That would be correct, unless you understand the charts. Then you have a probable left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Or you have a probable it's going to hit its head 4 times on the 200-day moving average and get rejected, which 1, 2, 3. All right. Last time it smacked its head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 times. So if you're asking me if now is a good time to buy, I would probably say not. Anything under 20 grand, if you want to accumulate, just paper trading, not financial advice on this channel. That white line I've told everyone for years. I will be back in Bitcoin before we cross that white line. There's a lot to it. Like, why did Bitcoin bounce off the 200? That's the 200 daily. All of these things. And if you're like so new, you're like, I wish I could just have all of your courses. $199. 4 payments. You get everything. You get 4 courses: crypto, how to start a business, swing trade, and bear market, which we are in a bear market. But the reason why I wanted to go to digital is because at the end of the day, that is their game plan. CBDC. And I've been telling you this for about 2 years. Now, this is supposed to go out in July, maybe sooner, but they need to create panic and confusion. I've been saying that. How's your panic and confusion? And it's the same game they do every single time, like the panic and confusion you just went through. But hey, World Economic Forum and Pfizer, they have a solution for it, and they will have a solution for when the banks tumble. And it will be the little ones, just like Yelp said over half of the businesses failed, 2 years ago when we went through, hey, let's lock all the businesses down and see how you guys do for 6 months. Didn't do too well. Actually, one of the guys that I picked up property from in Texas, thank you, Texas, had a bunch of restaurants and lost all of them, and then all of his properties. So I bought one on the water, on the Colorado River, because I always say, if you want to buy properties, location. Not only that, the state of location. So if you are new here, I do get things wrong, because the market went up today, bravo. I get a lot of things right. Like someone, I predicted SIVB. I did. Friday, February 17th. It's in my watch list for $20 a month. If you want to grab it before it goes to 30, go ahead. I said, paper trade, short this mother. That was a long time ago when it was over 300. Check. How about the CBDC? Check, not yet. I said first there has to be panic and confusion. And then you're like, oh my gosh, well, we have to bail them out because the whole system. Check. But all I do on this channel is help you to make money from this. It is a lot of fog and a whole lot of mirrors. And what you're getting in the media is not correct. I mean, hell, at the same time I was telling you to sell this sucker, right click, sell, make money on the way down. Jim Cramer was telling you to buy. And if you're like, but Bravo, that was a long time ago. Okay, here's on the watch list. This was my recent one, which kind of looks like a lot of the other things, charts that we're looking at. You see? Oh my gosh, I made you some more money on the way down. And you see that triangle that's up there, or pennant, whatever you want to call it. And this is where I said, short this mother. What are you down? You're down, or you're not down. You're actually up because you're 15%, 16%. But you bounced. I will tell you, yes, this is where you take profit. Here, let me turn on this. This is LuxAlgo. Link in the description. Hey, it set up the triangle for you. That's cute. Don't even have to do the hard work that I do. You want to know where you take profit? In that zone. So now at the end of the day, you understand the whole system, okay? How it works. 2, you're being lied to, where money comes from, how to make money, and what banks you should not be in. Again, head on over to the Economic Forum. They'll help you with that. 10 banks are most exposed to uninsured deposits. Well, you could be an uninsured. It doesn't matter. They're like, oh, even though you're uninsured. And also there's some companies that they're going to help and others that they won't. There also might be companies that it was set up and then they flick it. They like a whatever the game with black things that look like this, but not really. Maybe like this. Dominoes. I knew if my brain was left alone for long enough, it would be able to figure out the word dominoes. For those of you that you're like, you seem a little slow today. Yeah, that's because I was on a plane for 18 hours and I wasn't sleeping forever. Also, for those of you that were trying to guess where I was at, because sometimes I take my green screen down and I'm like, guess where I'm at? You guys, that was some of the places very funny. Portland, Oregon, you got me chuckling, but that would have been Australia. I did a collab with Michael Invests. So there we go. 10 banks owned by U.S. listed financial companies, including Bank of New York, BK, Northern Trust, and Citigroup. And these, or those with the highest percentage of domestic deposits that are uninsured. But let's go on to the 10 banks that you're only getting, gosh, 250. You're not getting nothing. Sorry. SVB. Look at that. You know what you're getting? You're getting people on CNBC saying buy it at over 300. Now it's under keep going. Just keep going, my friends. Look at the bank's uninsured deposits, trying to transfer money out. If you learn anything, learn how to do a quick wire bank transfer. That's your job tonight or tomorrow. You just learn, you go into your banking and you like transfer. Make it go somewhere quick because you'll have about 24 hours or less. So better places to put, what are they saying? Better places to put your money. Where? Silicon Bank, probably not. Uninsured, only half the story, but it's okay. Here we go. We're going to come down to the banks. Bank of New York, 96%. Yikeser. SIVB was 93. State Street. Signature. Yeah, they already went under. That's okay. Northern Trust. Citigroup. Here's what's happening. They're all buying each other too. They're consolidating, and that's what the government wants. They only want a few. That's how you get this whole CBDC. That's kind of like with businesses. Wipe out all the small businesses. Okay, Amazon, you on board? We're on board. Check. That's kind of how it all goes down. First Republic, East West, Bancorp, and Comerica. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all bad unless the free market takes over, which the plan, that's not their plan. If the free market took over and said, okay, if you deposit money, your money will be there, which this isn't even money in the first place. So that's probably not going to happen. But that's if you want some solutions, that would be a solution. Moody's cut U.S. banking system to negative. Let's just read this again. Moody's cuts the entire United States of America, its banking system, to negative. All right, so now let's move on to Credit Suisse, another flustercluck that is, again, controlled media, president, all of this stuff. There is nothing safe. So don't email me and be like, oh my God, because I get those emails. What's safe? Where should I move my money to? Well, it's not money in the first place. Buy assets that can perform like a sheep. But Credit Suisse accused in a lawsuit of misleading investors. That's crazy. And here, trading these things, because now everyone's running out to short. All right, you should do my watch list so you can beat everyone to it before you get your pantalones ripped down it's what's called a short squeeze. Shares rise almost 20%. Try that one out. That's a spanking. So if it gets down into that green area, that's where you're buying. Guys, again, there is no way. I don't know how, if you're just coming onto the channel, also apologies for me never being able to finish a sentence. You don't ever want to be into my brain because there's 20 things minimum at one time screaming. Also, before I forget, you're like, wait, no, finish the last 3 sentences. No, they already left. My brain goes, you know what? That's not important. That was like me in school, which nothing was important. And they're like, you failed all of your classes. Yeah, I didn't. No, can I use this in life? No. Brain doesn't say you should memorize that. Credit Suisse, what, $2? $2 Chuck. The rest of the banking system is up. So please, 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 please be careful when shorting this. You should have already been in this game, but it went up today. That's actually really that's 20%. Let's see. I'll go from what? Let me go wick to wick. 32%. Can you just imagine? You're like all in my entire portfolio, and now you just lost 32%. This is not a zone that you're shorting in. See this green to that green. That is where you right click sell. Well, meaning you're closing your positions and taking profit. Maybe 50%, maybe 100%. But when's the last time it's ever even dipped into that zone and you guys are shorting? Here. So in here, September, you were taking your profit. And then it goes up to this blue line and you short it. And then it goes, see, you get it? Then you buy it. And then it goes up to the blue line and you sell and you short and you go down. It's just a constant swing. That's why I called it swing trading. Oh, and hey, look, breaking news up there. Banks take advantage of Fed crisis lending programs. Where are they going to get the money? I wonder. That would be the bond market. Who's going to pay that back? That would be you and your interest. But this article, the weakest links are cracking. Investors consider possible Credit Suisse contagion. But I'm like, yeah, ADHD, boy, what's happening? Banks take advantage of the lending. That's what it is. It's a lending program. That's great. Financial institutions took billions in short-term loans this week. That's great because there's nothing wrong with the banking system. What could possibly go wrong? Make sure you also have land in a free state. Okay, sorry, more solutions to the problems. Everyone's like, why are you leaving California? I'm like, wait till the next thing. Well, welcome to the next thing. It's just start heating up right now. This is just birthing pains. Wait until the baby pokes its head out, which that's probably a terrible analogy, but that is what my brain chose to use. But back to what you should be owning. A land with a water source. How about the Colorado River? With, maybe you can grow your own food and be sustained. Okay. And your own assets and your own money and money that actually produces more money. And then while that's all going down and you have freedom, you produce stupid little plastic products on Amazon and you make money from it. Rather than getting all of this knowledge in your head so you can tell people what's really going on, which they really don't care because they are stuck in a job working 50 hours a week until it's 60 hours and then 70 hours because it is the system that is created from debt in debt. I mean, talk about the most unbiblical thing you could humanly plausibly do. And they write God. In God we trust. God's probably not happy about creating money from debt. Debt is actually supposed to be evil. But this system, you got to pay back $250,000 in your taxes. And that's going to be $350,000 and then $450,000, and it will perpetually get bigger because it is a debt-based system. And if you want an economy to grow, you need to grow the debt. And if you pay off the debt, you actually destroy money. And the government doesn't like that. And boy, oh boy, I have like 20, I should probably do 12 videos a day. I could probably do 12 videos a day on this banking crisis that's been averted. Everything's fine here. BlackRock's Fink asks whether dominoes starting to fall after years of easy money. Investment titan points to cracks. Cracks? That's not a crack. That's, again, probably like the Colorado River. Also, at the end of the day, if you see any of your banksters out on the street holding things like need money to make loans to people who need money, give them something. Also, start making changes in your life, even if it's little baby steps, because when this thing really goes, I'm telling you, I've been trying to prepare you. So here it goes. And make sure you check and see if you've been unsubscribed. Thank you. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow because I work every single day of my life because I love doing it. And I love you guys. See you tomorrow.